How much of our life do we just spend overthinking? It's ridiculous. I mean, this is our one life. And we spend so much time just thinking and overthinking. Can we stop overthinking? Why is it called overthinking? I mean, because then that implies that there's also underthinking, which is also not good, you know? So I guess there's like a perfect amount of thinking that we're all striving for. Because maybe we don't say like, oh, I underthought this, but there is the phrase of like, oh, I didn't think this through when something goes wrong. So I guess overthinking is bad, underthinking is bad, and there is an ideal amount of thinking for which we're all striving for. But then there's also the phrase of like, oh, that was a no-brainer, which implies that, you know, that was such an easy decision and so obvious that I didn't even need a brain for that. And if you don't need a brain for that, then obviously you didn't need to think for that, which is therefore implying that maybe the best is not thinking at all. But I guess when something is a no-brainer, that's usually a positive, referencing like the decision process about it, but not necessarily the thing itself, you know? Like a bad thing could be like, oh, it's a no-brainer, or a good thing could be like, oh, it's a no-brainer. But in regards to making the decision, when something is a no-brainer, it's like, oh, this didn't even require a brain. But that isn't the best, because we also have like underthinking, bad, overthinking, bad, no-brainer. Yeah, so I guess the ideal amount of thinking is not to overthink, but not to underthink, but sometimes just to like not use a brain.